So actually, no, going back to my other disorders in the time, I have done a lot of purging as well in my time. I remember when I was in New Zealand, I would, eat so much food, feel so guilty, and then go and purposely make myself throw up. And that was horrific to go through, because I was on such a strict diet, because I had no goals, because I had no, sorry, no, I had goals, but I had no plan, I had no structure, I had no routine. I was in a different place every week. It was very hard to, stay dedicated because we were going out all the time. We were meeting new people. They all wanted to do different things. And so it's very hard to do that. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now I've had my last going out. I've had my last like bit of fun, shall we say, for the next 3 months, three and a bit months. And I just want to really, really, really smash it. Like I have wanted to for the past week or so. I've had a really, really bad weekend. I've had a really, really bad week. And that is just because, it's not out here. I don't have the problems of, I would say, my childhood trauma. I would say I've really, really dealt with that. And that's not causing me my issue anymore. What's sort of causing me my issue out here is actually missing my family, and I've wanted the comforts of home. And the comforts of home for me is just food. My mum and my dad would always have lots of nice food around the house, and they'd always bring sweets, and we'd always get takeaways, and that for me is a comfort of home. So that's sort of what I've done out here to sort of feel a bit more homely. I think I need to speak to my parents a little bit more. I can go 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks without speaking to them, without even realizing. So I think that is what has fundamentally driven my sort of recklessness, wanting that touch of home. But I forget that I came out here for a reason. I came out here to enjoy this wonderful, wonderful country, and that is something else that I've completely forgotten about over the past couple of weeks. I've been so focused on just work and money and work and money that I haven't enjoyed the country. I haven't enjoyed the sunshine, and granted there hasn't been that much sunshine to enjoy, but I need to sort of take a step back and realize, no, you're out here, you're living an amazing life. You just need to sort your shit out. I really, really do. And I hope this helps you, and I hope this helps you sort of think that you aren't the only one. There are so many people out there that have these eating disorders and have these problems. Like I said, when I was really, really young, I would just simply eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. And like my mum would just bring me food all the time when I was playing PlayStation and all of that. And, I think that's why I have fundamentally gone back to that, because that's a comfort of home. That's when I last felt safe. And there's so much out here that scares me, and there's so much out here that challenges me. And that's what I came out here to do, challenge myself emotionally, physically, mentally. And I'm doing that. I've changed. What I have found the most beneficial is a change of something. For the past, how long have I been in now? 4 months. I've done the same workout routine. I've eaten, the same foods. Granted, there's been foods I like, but I've just sort of hit a point where I'm done. I needed that release. I don't even want to fathom how much weight I've put on over the past weekend. Literally in one weekend, 4 days. And tomorrow will be a massive tell of how much I actually have gained, and therefore how much, I want to lose as well. Because I want to get down a lot in weight. I want to make sure I'm still building muscle. So I've got a whole new workout routine, completely different to what I was doing before. Before I was doing all calisthenics because of my knee. I couldn't really do anything, but now my knee has gotten so much better. I'm moving on to a more powerlifting program. So it's a completely different program. Like I say, I'm alone for the next month, so that's another big change. And I am going back to the nutritional program I was on in the UK, so I can feel a little bit more homely as well, still in that regard. And so, but then eating the foods that I'm sort of allowed to eat out here, the things that would annoy my parents back home that I wanted to eat. So it's a little bit of both. I found some comforts of home that I'm going to be able to eat on a daily basis, and I have some comforts of this place, and then as well with the next month of being alone, I'm able to really smash the YouTube. I'm really able to smash my goals and my whole idea of what I want to achieve. I'm surrounded by, and as well, I'm surrounded by people who are smashing their goals, who are achieving their goals. All my clients at the gym, smashing their goals, achieving their goals. They give me motivation. I work with one client 5 days a week for an hour, and he is absolutely obliterating his goals, and that just makes me want to do the same, absolutely the same. He keeps saying this, the winter time is the perfect time to get ready for the summer, and I completely agree. And I'm going to be bringing out a winter shredding program to get you guys ready for the summer, because I know how to do it. I know that all of my clients are doing exactly what I say, and they're all absolutely smashing their goals. But when it comes to your own personal stuff, when you have to motivate yourself and nobody else around you is doing it, you have no one with you doing it, it's a lot harder. And when I've changed so much so drastically, I didn't take that into consideration. I've been using me being tired as an excuse, me not getting enough sleep as an excuse to not do what I need to do, or not do what I want to do. So that's something else that's going to absolutely change. Like, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, like I say, by the time that my mate comes back from his holiday, I will be moved out. We'll be in a different place again. So that's another big change. That's something else that's going to scare me. But as well, that's another change that's going to help me progress. Hopefully it's another change that's going to help me achieve my goals even more. Do you know what I mean? Other than that, like I said in one of my very early videos of being out here, I have dealt with not eating as well. That's another thing, and that's how I lost a lot of my weight, by just not eating, because I didn't really know what I was going through, and I didn't really know what problems I was having mentally. So I just force fed myself booze and smoke, and that fundamentally was another punishment almost, as well as force feeding and anorexia, and like you're punishing yourself for something that you feel bad for doing. I was punishing myself in that regard, and to get out of that, I physically had to leave the country, because I was surrounded by people who were just doing the exact same thing. I needed a different surrounding, and that's why I've come out here, and I've been able to stop doing that. But fundamentally, I've gone back to my original ways, because I have different problems to face out here. But now I've realized that, like I say, now I've got a plan in place. I can deal with those issues as they arise. I think another thing is boredom, sitting around doing absolutely nothing. I just want to eat. Whereas if I actually have so much I want to do. I know before I left home, I was writing a book about all the things that I've been through, and so I need to carry on doing that 100%. Like I said, I've sort of given up faith on this whole YouTube thing, and I've given up faith on my life almost. I've just been so like, go to work, come home, go to work, come home. I need to get some energy back. I need to get some life in me back. I need to get some, I'm excited now. I'm really, really, really am excited. Like, today is the last day of eating lovely food. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've been, the past weekend I've had multiple kebabs, pizzas. Like, I've just gone absolutely ham. Like, boxes of biscuits, like you name it. And I've had it, like, this morning I had 5 blueberry muffins. 5. And I mean, what, they're 350, 400 calories a piece. So I mean, that's, it's ridiculous. Absolutely, like milkshakes, everything I've wanted to eat. And I haven't thought anything wrong with it, apart from today. I was like, when is this going to stop? When you're back at the weight that you lost all that weight again. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't keep going like this. You feel sick all the time. You feel awful. You literally feel awful because of the amount of food you're eating. So, and I originally thought I was feeling awful because of the food I was lacking, and that is because the last month before I went on this sort of binge, I was starving myself, absolutely starving myself. I just cut calories way too quickly. I put cardio in way too quickly. And, because like I said in a previous video, I was trying to work out my calorie basis without being able to weigh anything. And I came to the conclusion that you don't need to weigh things in order to be able to count your calories. If you just have to, unfortunately, spend a little bit more money and buy the things you can scan in the barcode, add it as a container. So like I bought pre-packaged vegetables rather than fresh vegetables. Yes, I can't weigh them, but I scan the barcode, split it into 2 days, literally in half, boom, done. That's calorie counted. Eggs are 1 egg. You scan the barcode and it's 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs, 4 eggs, simple as that. I bought cups measurements and teaspoon measurements so that I can weigh out liquids. Very, very easy. I can measure out my egg whites a lot easier. I have a wrap, a whole wrap, something like that. Really simple things that I didn't even consider. I've been trying to work out how many calories I need out here as well, because it's such a drastical amount reduction from the UK. In the UK, I was eating easily 3,500 calories and maintaining and losing weight, because I was walking triple the amount I am out here, and so it's all been an experimental process the past month. But now that I know my numbers, I know what I need to do, and I knew all of this, but I didn't know my numbers, but I knew what I needed to do beforehand. I just did it too quickly. So that is something that I really need to work on myself. I want to do it now. I want it now. I want it tomorrow night, but it's not. It's going to be in 3 months, 4 months time, which is fine, but I'm exactly like my clients. We're all the same. We're all in the same boat. We all want it now. We don't want it in 3 or 4 or 5 months time. So something I've had to really just take a step back and just think, no, it's going to take time. There's nothing wrong with that. Every week you're now going to have your weigh in. Like every week you have something to try and achieve. When somebody offers you something, it's like, but do I want to weigh in lower than I did last week, or do I want that now? There's a big difference. And like I say, now that I have this plan, I'm so prepared. After today, tomorrow, fasted cardio, weigh in, I'm excited, so excited. Like I say, I'm also on my own, so I can get as much sleep as I want. I'm completely by myself and just stay focused and stay busy mentally more than physically. Get my 10,000 steps in every day, get my training in 6 days a week, and get my fasted cardio in twice a week for the next month or 6 weeks, I think, at the same calorie basis of around 2,400 calories, and boom, done. Boom, done. I've said you don't need the same amount of calories every single day, but if you're trying to be in a calorie deficit, then you want to have a base layer of calories. Like I know I'm in a deficit at 2,400 calories, so I just need to consume that every day for the next month, and then I can reduce them and blah, 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 So I hope you took something away from this. I have certainly enjoyed speaking to you and just sort of exploding all of that. If you need any personalized coaching plans, please come to me. We can work through your disorders together. Like I say, I've gone through them myself, so I know exactly what you are dealing with. And by the time this video comes out, I will have most likely done everything I've said I'm going to do, planned out, and there will be another video coming next week on how I did it, and how I stayed determined through that time, even though I've just sort of explained that. But I'm sure there'll be more challenges on the way. Very excited. So you guys have a fantastic day, and I shall see you next week.